Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Kino here. I am back with another video. So we're just gonna go straight into it. So right now we're doing a market report right before I have to go to work right now. So this is another entry in my trading diary. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So right now, currently, we're gonna be looking at gold and oil, and just a little bit of my thought process of what I would like to see for the remaining of the week, and or either just the expectation. So right now I do know that the markets are pretty volatile due to the war that's going on right now, and a lot of assets that are being moved around, and where people want to try to place their money at the most part. But I'm not going to elaborate too much on that, but I'm just looking at what's right here in front of me and what I would like to see here. So we're going to go ahead and start with gold here. Okay, so we're currently on the monthly. As you can see, currently we have been pushing tremendously up to the upside. So gold has been doing this thing. It's been moving up to the upside. That was an ugly arrow, but definitely making its way up to the upside very strongly, very bullishly. But now we're starting to see this monthly candle here, which is March, push down aggressively. Look like we have wicked up here to the upside, but price is starting to come back down here. Let's make our way here to the daily. So definitely made our highs here. We came up short. This low is definitely responsible for putting in this high here. So we came up pretty short for this high, and now we're just pushing all the way down, clearing out this liquidity here to the left hand side. So in my honest opinion, if we do see this bearish candle continue down to the downside and come down, and we end up getting a body close below this low here, then I do expect for price to continue down, maybe reaching some more lower lows here. Possibly we could be, not quite sure as of yet. Maybe this low right here, probably could be looking at this low here being touched, not sure. But all I can say is just wait and see what price will actually do here. Right now, to me, this setup is not quite ready as of right now. This looked like a whole falling knife. This is just a big falling knife that I do not want to be a part of, but I just want to see what price will do here. I want to see what price will do here in the 4,406 area here. So if we can just once again get price to close below this low, a full body closure below this low, look for price to trade back in to these areas here, and then push down to the downside, and seeing what level will definitely keep price will keep price, or what price will actually be doing here. So that's just like my main thing here. But as of right now, we have not broken any structure. We're still maintaining it, but it looks like price is going to be making its way here to this higher low overall. So we're sitting at this high here. So we're at the top of this range and the bottom of this range here. So we're just going to wait and see what price does. But we did have a break of structure here at this low, with this full body closure here with the massive continuation to the downside. So I'm very curious about what price will definitely do here. This high is responsible for breaking that. So yeah, just wanting to see what price would do here if we end up getting some type of retracement back up into this level here. You know, if we just get price to come down. Let me just come up here. Let me just reconfigure this. So to just tap back in here into this area here, and then maybe possibly look for price to continue down here. So we could be looking for a price coming to these lows here, but once again, until we get a full body closure on the higher time frame, then that's what we'll definitely be looking for the next projection moving forward here. So if we get price with a full body closure here, like I said, if we continue on with this candle here, which we only got what 9 days left, so price can definitely come play into this low, and then close, probably consolidate, come back into that, and then continue down. So we could be looking for stuff like that Price could be coming back to mitigate this area because it's not mitigated whatsoever. So we could be looking for that to actually happen. So we're just only looking at higher time frame setups here. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time here. But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see what gold has in store for us for the remaining of this week. What I am looking forward to is price. Looking to see if price will give us a candle closure here in this low here, and then see price come and play within this area. You know, come back and play within this area, mitigate it maybe at the 70%, and then come back up. That's what I would like to see here. You know, price come here, play into the 70%, and then push back up, probably feeding into like the beginning of this range, and then continue down. But we really won't know until gold really show us what's up here. I'm just looking at this real quick. We could see price come back and play into the overall overall range here. But I don't know. We'll see. But once again, if we get price to close below this higher low and then trade back up, or either, you know, sweep this area and then continue to go up here, play into the beginning of that range, and then come back down, then well, if it sweeps, most likely we'll have price playing into this area here. And if we get some rejection in this area, we could be looking for price making its way down, touching in at the 50%, and then possibly touching back up here at these highs. But once again, on the higher time frame, we're just looking for price to close below this higher low. If we do get that, then we're looking for short. If we don't get that and it's just a sweep and we're trading back into the range here, we could be looking for a price playing above these highs here. So for me to take shorts, I need to see a candle close below this higher low. All right, so that's gold here. And then let's go ahead and get into oil real quick. Now, I marked oil up last night here. We're gonna get into this here, but let's go ahead and go to the monthly, and let's make our way down to the weekly. So we had price definitely come down, pull back up. We definitely have wicked in this area on the weekly. Price has definitely been doing this back and forth movement. We came, swiped to the lows here, came back in, did the rocking motion again, and then swept these lows, or equal lows, excuse me. Price came back up. We came and traded right back into the range. Now, what I would like to see here from oil. Now, oil is pretty tricky because we do have the war that's going on right now. So I'll show you guys on my last markup what that looked like for me previously before. But yeah, I had wrote a note last night saying looking for price to have longs. Price swept the previous low, but no body closure. So we had no body closure here whatsoever. So we swept. We also have the weekly low here still. Price hasn't made its way down here. So now looking at a smaller time frame, which is just the daily here, we've made our way up to the upside, and price is just rocking back and forth. We're consolidating between these highs and lows. But let me just zoom in a little closer. We've swept, so this is the last low that we have before price coming up to sweep the previous high. So this was the last low, and then this is where we came back into, where we had price come and swept the previous low. Price came back up, and then we kept coming back and forth for the consolidation between these two candles here. Okay, so with us having the two candles here as our consolidation, we're just looking to see what price will actually do next. But what I see here, since we swept, I'm looking for price to go back up, because we have no candle closure below this low, let alone this low, let alone this low. We have no candle closure. So right now, this is just the easy setup where we see a sweep and then price traded back in, and then we're consolidating, and I'm looking for price to come back up, maybe taking out the rest of this high before going down, and or either looking for price to just continue up to the upside. So that's what I currently see here. We haven't swept the weekly low here. So that's what I currently see with this setup here. Because let me see, sync layout. No, I'm trying to see if I like no sync. Let me see, can we hide? Okay, yeah, we're just gonna hide. So we just see this. Can I still draw? Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, this is what I currently see on the daily. We're gonna hide these two as well, so it could just be a full thing. So as you can see, so this is just the overall zone that it's in here. But yeah, let's start with the weekly here. So with the weekly, as you can see, we have the low, we have the high. Price came down, we had no candle breakage here until we got to the low. So we have this low, we have this high, we have this higher low, we have this higher high here, or higher low. Price comes down, and then now we're just back rocking back and forth, placing higher lows and higher highs. I mean lower lows and lower highs, but in consolidation form. We actually swept here. Price tried to come back up but didn't, and then we came back down, and then we have equal lows here, and then price just rounded up and made its way up to the upside into the 50% area here, swiping or clearing out these previous orders here, and then coming with a sweep. But I do look to see price come down here. Would like to see price come back down, probably filling into some areas here, but that's what I would like to see. However, looking on the daily, this is what I see here. We still have that high as mentioned. Oh, sorry. We still have that high as mentioned, right? Still have that high, and then we still have this last low, the last higher low that we have. Price pushed up, and then we came back down. Jesus. Price pushed up, and then we came back down, tried to come back up, and then came back down, and then we're just rocking back and forth at this point, right? So we're in this consolidation. We have this last higher low here, of course. So we have that last higher low, and then what I would like to see, I'm messing up, y'all, my bad. So we have this low here, price push up, we have that pullback, we come back up for a higher low, but that's failed. Obviously, price comes back down for a low, and now we're sitting here at this last higher low, right? We try to push up, but we come back down for a pullback, and then we're coming up, and we don't have no candle closures above this previous high, right? So I'm seeing this back and forth here of the rocking, and we're just going to see what's going to happen. We had this low here that was the sweep or swept. I'm just looking at this, you guys. That's what I thought. All right, so on the daily, that's where we have that candle here. It's like we're consolidating in this area. We have this lower high here, and then we just have this low. So until we break, is either we break this higher low and then continue down with the body closure, and or either if we don't break this low, then we're looking for price to make its way up, closing above this high and then testing this high here. So that's what we currently have. And then we have this, I'm just seeing what this looks like here. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, it's like we had that sweep, price came back up short. So yeah, we're looking for that price to round it out. So yeah, so just had to go over some things. So I think for me, I would like to see price come here to this area, see what that does, and then maybe make its way back down with a full body closure. But once again, we just got to wait and see with this back and forth consolidation. It's looking like, will we get a break here or will we get a break here? We really are not sure. So I can see gold, oil continue up to the upside due to the war, which, yeah, maybe come back down for a consolidation. Probably play up into these areas here before making its way up if we're still continuing to use oil here. But all in all, that's just my analysis. So for gold, I'm looking for a full body closure here, and then tapping in before making its way up and then catching the whole move down. Or for oil, looking for the consolidation to either break up to the upside or either downside, not really sure. But until we get something here, until it shows, then we can possibly look for something a little bit different, depending on what the market is showing us. So I would like to see what the market is going to do and then execute. Same thing with gold. I want to see what gold does and then execute. So, but that's my analysis. That's what I would like to see, is a full body closure below these lows, tapping in at the 70 or 50%, coming up, testing this area here, and then making a full move down to the downside. And then oil, not sure. I would like to see what happens here. So right now, currently, my bias is neutral right now, just very neutral, because I'm not really sure about what's going to happen next. But yeah, so that's what I have here for you guys. That's my short analysis here on oil and gold. I hope you guys actually enjoyed that. Go ahead and check out my Substack too as well. I'm kind of navigating away from like the main popular social media platforms such as Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Threads. Very distracting, very loud applications. So you can mainly just catch me on my Substack at Kino Trades and my YouTube channel at Kino Trades. So thank you for tuning in, and talk to you guys a little bit later.